On this day, we are sailing to the island of Korcula. Highlighting Korcula is Old Town, a maze of stone and sea, cathedrals, towers, and sunset bars perched high above the Adriatic. Marking our passage of Viz, the famous Viz lighthouse fades into the distance. Entering the narrow channel to Korcula, we see lots of vessels in the area. The large cruise ship reminds us of how lucky we are to be on Cataleya. Smoothly sailing along under power, we enjoy the glorious views. Spotting Korcula, the excitement builds for our land adventure. The captain expertly finds a nice anchorage along with some fellow sailors. Off to our port side, we see the Franciscan Monastery of St. Jerome. Although it can be visited, there are no formal tours. It lies on an island with a 3-kilometer walk around if you choose to visit. After all that sailing, we enjoyed gnocchi for lunch. "Best ever," said my wife. It was time to explore. Viewing Old Town from the air, we found it shaped like a fish. Medieval architects designed the streets to harness cool winds and shield the city from the Adriatic's heat. Once we found the Old Town gate, we rambled through the streets. What we found out was that on the north side, the streets are straight and open to the breeze, designed to catch the cool mistral winds. On the south side, the streets are curved and narrow, designed to block the hot southern winds. This asymmetry is intentional. It's medieval climate engineering at its finest. It was really true about the street engineering. One could feel the difference as we passed the bone streets. One of the most iconic places in Korcula is St. Mark's Cathedral. Its clock tower rises far above the old town and stands guard for this medieval fortress. Inside, you'll find incredible stoneworks from Korcula's most famous craftsmen of the 15th century. As we head to our next destination, we pass a couple of promising restaurants for dinner later. Seeing fresh fish increased our seafood cravings. Taking a tuk-tuk is always fun, and this ride was no exception. We cruised along the quaint seaside road, the water glittering beside us, before the path began to climb into the hills above Korcula. As we rose higher, the lush vegetation slowly opened up, revealing sweeping views of the walled old town below. We stopped for a quick pose and soaked in the panorama, enjoying the perfect mix of breeze, sunlight, and silence. After a few moments, we rolled back down toward the drop-off point, which happened to be near our next stop, the iconic tower bar Massimo's. En route, we encountered a stonemason. His work was everywhere on the island, and he was even involved in the large rocks used for the beaches. Perched on the rooftop of a 15th century tower, Massimo Cocktail Bar delivers drinks by pulley and offers panoramic views over Old Town. It's a must-do here, especially at sunset. It's a steep climb to reach the top, but the sunset and sea breeze make it unforgettable. On the first level, the excellent bartenders create their libations. A wide variety of unique drinks were available. Our favorite was gin and Henry's pink grapefruit with berries. Once prepared, the drinks are then placed in the basket and taken outside. On the outside of the tower was a very clever pulley system used to raise the basket to the rooftop level. We watched in fascination as the cocktails traveled upwards towards the servers above. Up a flight of stairs is the next level, where an ancient knight guards us from evil. Finally, the famous wooden ladder to the rooftop beckons us to the open roof area. Our cocktails arrived, and our boatmates relaxed to enjoy the spectacular view. Living up to the hype, the views of the Adriatic Sea, nearby islands, and Old Town invited good times and many photo ops. If you visit Korcula, do not miss coming up here for the sunset. And here's a travel tip: get here early to get a table. Fiery colors painted the sky for our enjoyment. Feeling hungry, we decided to grab dinner in town. We settled on Konoba Mareta and were seated outside. By the way, this type of seating was very common in Croatia. It turns out that this well-known restaurant serves excellent seafood. Honestly, a lot of us agreed that this was the best meal we had in Croatia. Full, we headed back to the boat for R&R until the next day's activities.